The Sharks take on the Leafs, 6 o'clock Eastern puck drop. Toronto's minus 260, total 6. We're 3-0 in our last 3 board member tier package picks on brockpage.com. And if you want to see which one of these free YouTube picks on my channel that I'm actually betting on personally, there's only one way to do that, and that's to sign up for a membership on my website at brockpage.com. We're also 6-0 in our last 6 NFL tier package picks on brockpage.com. We currently have over 885 members who are signed up and active on that page. And once again, if you want to see which one of these free YouTube picks on this channel that I'm actually betting on personally, there's only one way to do that, and that's to sign up for a membership on my website at brockpage.com. Michael Hutchinson is the expected netminder for Toronto in this one. Aiden Hill for the Sharks. Now, Hill's 2-0 thus far in the season with a 1.50 goals against average. Now, the 25-year-old also has a .932 save percentage this year. The 3-0 Sharks allow only 1.3 goals per contest. They're also leading the league in defensive shots on goal. Meanwhile, offensively, San Jose is currently in the top 10 in scoring on average per game. LeBlanc and Dahlin, they each have 2 goals apiece. Couture and Burns, they're both +4. Now, they're taking on a Toronto team who lost 2 out of their last 3. They averaged only 2 goals a game during that stretch. As a matter of fact, the Leafs are officially in the bottom 3 in the league in scoring on average per game. When it comes to the total in this one, Toronto's 3-0 to the under at home, 4-0 to the under for the entire season. Meanwhile, San Jose's 2-0 to the under when traveling. I'm going to lean toward the San Jose Sharks +1.5 in the under 6. Next game, Bruins versus the Sabres, 7 o'clock Eastern start time. The Boston Bruins are minus 225, totals 5.5. Linus Ullmark in net for Boston. Dustin Tokarski for Buffalo. Now, Dustin's got a .92 goals against average and a .952 save percentage. The undefeated Sabres lead the NHL in fewest goals allowed per contest. They're giving up only 1.3 goals a game in that category. Meanwhile, offensively, Buffalo's in the top 10 in scoring on average per game. Jurgensen's, Oposo, and Thompson, they each have 2 goals apiece. Jurgensen's got 4 total points on the year. The Sabres are averaging only 38 shots on goal a game. They're taking on a Boston team who's currently in the bottom 10 in goals allowed per contest. They're also in the bottom 5 in third period goals allowed. And when it comes to the total in this one, 2 out of Buffalo's last 3 contests got over the posted number. I'm going to lean toward Buffalo +1.5 in the over 5.5 goals. Next matchup, Kings versus the Stars, 8:30 East. The Dallas Stars are minus 150, totals 5.5. Braden Holtby for Dallas, Cal Peterson for Los Angeles. Now, the Kings are on a 2-game losing streak, and they scored just 3 total goals in those 2 losses. They also dropped 7 out of their last 10 meetings with Dallas, and they averaged only 2.3 goals a game in those contests. They're taking on a Dallas team who allows only 2.2 goals a game themselves. Braden Holtby has got himself a 1.75 goals against average and a .947 save percentage. When it comes to the total in this one, Dallas is 4-0 to the under thus far in the season. LA's 2-1 to the under themselves. I'm going to lean toward Dallas minus 150 and the under 5.5. And with that, guys, now it's time for our next and final matchup for the show. It is going to be Oilers versus the Golden Knights, 10 o'clock Eastern puck drop. Vegas is minus 135, total 6.5. Robin Lehner for Vegas, Mikko Koskinen for Edmonton. Koskinen's 2-0 with a 136 goals against average. The 33-year-old veteran also has a .959 save percentage. The undefeated Oilers have certainly had little problem scoring this season. Connor McDavid's leading the league with 6 goals and 11 points. Meanwhile, Leon Draisaitl's second in the NHL in points with 8 of them. Edmonton's currently in the top 3 in the league in scoring on average per game. They're taking on a Golden Knights team who's on a 2-game losing streak and scored just 3 total goals during that span. Martinez and Stone, they're listed as doubtful. Janmark is questionable. The Knights are currently in the bottom 10 in scoring on average per game. Meanwhile, defensively, They're allowing 39 shots on goal a game as well, nearly 40 shots a game. Robin Lehner's 1-2 on the year with a .340 goals against average. And of course, when you're facing that many shots a game, who wouldn't have a goals against average above 3? Now, total-wise, Vegas is 2-1 to the over thus far in the year. Edmonton's 3-1 to the over themselves. I'm going to lean toward Edmonton plus $1.15 in the over 6.5. And with that, guys, now it's time for our quick pick recap. Powered to you by my website at brockpage.com, where we are 3-0 in our last 3 board member tier package picks. I like San Jose plus 1.5 under 6. Buffalo plus 1.5 over 5.5. Dallas minus 150 under 5.5 goals. And before I give you my next and final free pick for the video, one final reminder that we are 3-0 in our last 3 board member tier package picks on brockpage.com. We're also 6-0 in our last 6 NFL tier package picks on that very same website. I'm going to lean toward Edmonton plus $1.15 and the over 6.5. And with that, guys, now it's time for our shout out of the day. And that's going to go to Tyrone Baker, who said the other day, actually he said yesterday, this guy can't be betting on all these picks, LOL. And you're exactly right, Tyrone. I say at the beginning of every video, if you want to see which one of these free picks I'm actually betting on, go to brockpage.com. So, Tyrone, you must be, I appreciate the comment. I appreciate you tuning in. But you might be one of those guys who just skips to the quick pick recap and doesn't actually watch the video. I don't know. But anyway, Tyrone, thank you for taking the time to comment. And no, I do not bet on all these games. That would be absurd. Although, I've said before, rumor has it that, 30, 40 years ago, John Gotti used to bet on every single game on the slate. That was the rumor. If there were 40 games on the slate, he'd bet the side and the total on every one of them. So I don't know how true that is or not, but I definitely saw that on a documentary. But anyway, guys, that is going to do it for me. Now, real quick here, when I upload these YouTube videos, all videos that are over 8 minutes, you can actually place more ads in the video. So I'm just going to use up a little bit more time here so the video can get over 8 minutes and I can place more ads in there. Yeah, I get it. I know they're free picks, but I got to get paid somehow. So anyway, I'm going to buy myself a little bit more time and hopefully this video can get over the 8-minute mark. I think it can about now. All right, guys, that's going to do it for me. Don't forget to check me out on brockpage.com. Now, if you guys do end up getting a membership here today on that website, just keep in mind, you're going to get billed the day you sign up and then the first of every month following that. So if you do end up getting a membership here today on brockpage.com, you're going to get access to that content all the way through the end of October. I always tell folks the earlier in the month you sign up, the better. But most importantly, guys, got to thank you for joining me right here on YouTube. I really hope you enjoyed all this great free content, all this great free information. And with that said, guys, happy Friday to you. Best of luck to you. And I look forward to seeing you later on today on my website at brockpage.com.